Hey guys, in today's video, we are going to be talking about travel credit cards and how you can choose the best travel credit card if you are brand new. And included in that will be credits that these cards come with. And I'm going to tell you how I got a whole meal for just $1.67. I also hope you guys like my new setup. I did this by accident, but I'm kind of feeling it, so we're going to keep it for today's video. So there are a lot of different things you need to consider when considering which travel credit card you are going to apply for or a charge card. One of them being your current lifestyle, not the lifestyle you want to live, not the lifestyle you think you can live after you get the card, not the lifestyle that they say you should have to get the card, your current lifestyle. You also obviously need to consider your income, the different travel partners that each company has. So, for example, Amex is partnered with Hilton and Marriott. Are you someone who stays at Hilton and Marriott properties? And then, of course, the credits that each credit card comes with. Let's talk about income first because I feel like this is most important. Generally, the higher an annual fee on a credit card or charge card, the more money you need to spend in order to get value from that card. So that could be the difference between you getting the Amex Gold card or the Amex Green card or the Amex Gold card and the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. I recommend taking a look at your statements for the past 12 months and seeing exactly how much money you spend per month and exactly which categories you spend money in. And then from there, you can go ahead and calculate how many points or miles you'll be earning from whatever card you're thinking about applying for. For example, let's say you currently spend $12,000 a year on food, including restaurants and groceries, $10,000 on gas, $1,000 on streaming services, $2,000 on flights, $3,000 on hotels, and $10,000 on other random purchases. This is just an example, but stay with me. Let's use the Amex Gold card and the Chase Sapphire Preferred as the two examples, starting with Amex Gold. You'll earn 48,000 points for the year on food purchases, 10,000 points for gas purchases, 1,000 points on streaming services, 6,000 points on flights, and you'll earn 3,000 points on hotel purchases if you book directly with the hotel, or 6,000 points if you book directly through amextravel.com. The nightly rates are more expensive when you book through Amex Travel, but when you book through Amex Travel, you can submit a price match form and receive the difference in a form of a statement credit. And then the 10,000 points from your miscellaneous purchases. So, assuming you book your hotel through amextravel.com, you'll earn 81,000 points for the year, and that's for $38,000 of total spend. If you had the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, you would earn 36,000 points a year on food purchases, 10,000 points on gas, 3,000 points on streaming services, 10,000 points on flights if you book through Chase's travel portal, 15,000 points on hotels if you book through Chase's travel portal. If you decide to book travel outside of Chase's travel portal, you'll only get 2 points per dollar, so 4,000 points on flights and 6,000 points on hotels, and then 10,000 points for your miscellaneous purchases. So, assuming you book your travel through Chase's travel portal, that gives you a total of 84,000 points for the year. As you can see, you'll earn 3,000 more points with the Chase Sapphire Preferred card for the same amount of spend in the same categories, and the annual fee on that card is $155 cheaper per year. You do the same calculations for any card you're considering applying for. So when you're choosing a card, especially one that has an annual fee, you want to be as realistic as possible. In my personal opinion, if you do not spend more than $500 a month in categories that you'll be earning extra points in, it's going to be very hard to justify having a credit card with an annual fee, especially if that annual fee is over $100. You might be thinking, well, what does earning 84,000 points per year mean? So I'm going to give you some insight on the trips that I've taken this year so far. I just got back from Paris, and that flight round trip cost me $247 and 22,000 points. I could have gotten it for 19,000 points if I booked it on time, but I waited and then it increased in price. So $247 and 22,000 points for a flight that would have been well over $2,000 round trip if I did not use my points. So if you earn 84,000 points a year, and again, this is not even considering the sign up bonus that you're going to get with your card, this is just your spend. If you have a family of four, you could bring your entire family of four to Paris for 84,000 points and around $800 instead of paying over $8,000 for those tickets. Or you yourself can go to Paris 4 times or wherever else you want to go. I've also gone to Florida, Vegas for around the same price, and then they have flights to Turks and Caicos one way for like 12,500 points. Being flexible with your dates is really also going to help you to get the best deal, so just keep that in mind. And I know I keep using the number 84,000 points. Keep in mind that's just an example. You really need to sit down and do your own calculations so you can get the best idea of how valuable these cards are going to be for you. Keep in mind also that those prices and points are all for economy tickets. So if you're someone who prefers to fly business class, I mean, we all prefer to fly business class, but if you're someone who really only wants to fly business class, I would say for 84,000 points, you can definitely get one business class ticket. You might get two if you're lucky and you transfer your points during a transfer promotion period. But with 84,000 points, that's not a ton of points to be able to fly a bunch of times on business class round trip. It's also really a case by case thing, so there's a lot of factors that go into it, like what airport you're flying out of, the time you book, when you're booking. So just keep that in mind as well. And something else I really recommend doing, I recommend doing a lot of planning before you actually apply for the card, because it's always good to know what you're getting yourself into. You can also go on the airline websites and look up your dream vacations and see exactly how many points you would need to fly in business class or economy. You don't have to wait until you get a certain credit card to do this type of research. You can go on that website right now and see, hey, how many points will it take me to go from JFK to the Maldives? How many points will it take me to go from JFK to Japan? And see like how realistic, okay, this flight is 100,000 points round trip. I can only earn 30,000 points. This is going to take me a couple years. Or maybe you earn 100,000 points per year. You know that this is a great investment for you. Do all types of calculations and make sure you are getting your money's worth. Just make sure it makes sense. I can't stress that enough. Make sure the card you're applying for makes sense for you. The next important factor to consider is your lifestyle. And this is one of the more difficult topics to explain because everybody's lifestyle is different. There's so many different factors, like whether or not you have kids, what your household size is, if anybody else in your household is also a part of the points and miles game and is able to help you book the flights. So many different factors, and so it's really hard to go into detail, but I do have some examples and things for you to consider. Usually, you want to apply for a credit card that's going to give you the most points on things that you're going to buy anyway, or in areas that you spend the most money in. That way, you are always earning as many points as possible. So, for example, if you drive a lot for work, you buy groceries but only at Target, and you don't really travel often, maybe the City Premier card will be better for you than the Amex Gold card. Maybe you never drive and you live in a city like New York City, or you're always taking public transportation, and you travel often but you don't spend a ton of money. The Amex Green card might be better for you than the Amex Gold card. You also have to consider if you want a credit card with a specific airline, so a Delta SkyMiles card, a JetBlue card, the American Airlines Advantage card through Citi, or do you want a Hilton Honors, a Marriott Bonvoy, or a World of Hyatt card, or do you just want a more generic travel credit card from Capital One, Amex, Chase, Citi, or Bilt, and have the freedom to transfer your points out? If you don't fly often or ever, maybe you want the Hilton Honors Surpass card, which will give you gold status with Hilton instead of having the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, which has the same annual fee as the Hilton Honor Surpass card but doesn't give you any status with Hilton. There's a lot to consider, and hopefully those scenarios will help you make an informed decision. Outside of choosing a credit card that helps you earn as many points as possible, some people get a second credit card that will help them elevate their travel experience. This could be the Amex Platinum card, the Delta Reserve card, the Capital One Venture X card. Cards like the Amex Platinum and the Delta Reserve aren't meant to be used every single day. They aren't meant to help you earn as many points. For example, if you are loyal to Delta and travel often, applying for the Delta Reserve card will get you complimentary upgrades, a credit for global entry or TSA PreCheck, and you'll get closer to medallion status. Applying for the Amex Platinum card will give you extra benefits when traveling to certain hotels, like early check-in and guaranteed late checkout. The hotels included in these benefits are on the more expensive side, so just keep that in mind when considering if you want to apply for this card. Cards like these also have very high annual fees and again are not meant to help you earn extra points. But if you spend enough money and you travel often enough, these will be amazing at elevating your travel experience. Next, let's talk about credits. Usually, credit cards that have an annual fee will come with some type of credits. For example, the Amex Gold card comes with $10 in Uber Cash and $10 dining credit every single month. Recently, I got an Amex offer for Shake Shack where I would get $5 off my purchase at Shake Shack of $15 or more, and Shake Shack is one of the restaurants included in the $10 a month dining credit. So I began wondering if I could use both of these at the same time. So I went to Shake Shack, I ordered a cheeseburger, fries, and a milkshake, which came to $16.74. And lo and behold, I got $5 off that purchase in addition to the $10 dining credit. And I still earned 4 points per dollar on the $16.74 versus just the $1.74 for a total of 68 points. Now, full disclaimer, I do think Five Guys is way better than Shake Shack, but I'll take what I can get, and Shake Shack tastes a lot better when it's only $1.74. Situations like that help add value to the card in my opinion. I don't think credits are as important factor to consider as your spending categories and how the card fits into your lifestyle, but they do matter. For example, the Amex Green Card comes with a clear credit valued at $189, which I think is way better than the food credits that come with the Amex Gold Card because the clear credit is an actual travel benefit. And if you're looking for something like that, you might want to get the Amex Green Card instead, especially if you don't spend a ton of money because you're not going to really miss out on the extra 1 point per dollar with the Amex Gold Card anyway. Chase gives you up to $50 in statement credits each account anniversary year for hotel stays purchased through Chase Ultimate Rewards. The Amex Platinum gives you a bunch of credits for travel, but they give you both clear and TSA PreCheck or global entry. And if you didn't know, global entry comes with TSA PreCheck, so you might as well just get global entry. The Built Rewards card gives you access to fitness classes, the ability to put your points towards a down payment, and other cool features that aren't considered credits but still cool benefits that might persuade you to apply for that card instead of another. All the extra credits, benefits, and features will always be listed on the website and available for you to look over. Before we get into travel partners, I also wanted to add that each travel credit card will have a sign up bonus that you can receive once you spend a certain amount within a certain time frame. It's really important that you pay attention to this because you might have to spend $6,000 in 6 months, and you need to be really realistic with yourself about whether you can actually make that or not. 99.9% of the time, sign up bonuses are once per lifetime. So, whether you spend that $6,000 or not, you will never be eligible to earn a sign up bonus on that card ever again in your whole entire life. And you don't want to be in a situation where you're overspending or carrying a balance just to meet the minimum spend requirement to get the sign up bonus. So basically what I'm saying is that if you know for sure you cannot spend whatever they are asking you to spend in that certain time frame, do not apply for the card, wait until a later time. I've also seen people apply for two travel credit cards at once and struggle to meet the minimum spend for both. So, for example, you might apply for the Amex Platinum card, which is going to make you spend $6,000, and the Amex Gold card, which is going to make you spend, I think, $4,000. You're now going to have to spend $10,000 in 4 months or 6 months. You need to see if you can do that or not, because if not, you're really going to be struggling and you're going to be really mad if you miss out on like 200,000, 300,000 bonus points. And lastly, we are going to talk about travel partners. So each credit card company has partnered with airlines and hotels that you are able to transfer your points to. You can find this information by doing a quick Google search. So for example, you can type in Capital One travel partners and they will come up. I mentioned earlier that Wyndham Hotels were one of Capital One's travel partners, but Hilton and Marriott are not. However, this is only really a problem if you are someone who is planning to use their points for hotel stays. I personally don't use my points for hotels, so if I had or wanted a Capital One travel card, that wouldn't bother me. But let's say you have an Amex card and Wyndham Hotels are your preferred hotel, and you do actually want to transfer your points to Wyndham Hotels. You can just log into amextravel.com and book the hotel of your choice using your Amex points. The only downside to this is sometimes it's cheaper to book directly with the hotel using points, but also sometimes it's cheaper to use amextravel.com. It's a case by case situation. If you want to watch a few examples of me showing you when it's better to book directly with the hotel using points or whether it's better to book directly through amextravel.com, or if you want to know what you can count as income on your next credit card application, make sure you click the videos that are about to pop up on the screen. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.